Are you asking yourself what really is the best strategy to start making money, to start making sales in your business online? Well, I don't blame you. That's exactly what we were looking for a few years ago when we first started our online business. What's the best strategy that will get me leads, that will get me sales, that will get me money in my business? Hey, it's Youre from ToddandLeahRae.com, and we're all about helping you create time freedom and financial freedom through online business. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the strategies, to the step-by-step of what you actually need to do to start earning money in your online business. Whether you're doing affiliate marketing, selling digital products, Amazon FBA, e-commerce, whatever it is, this is for you. So we're all looking for the best strategy, right? Maybe you go through some training, try it out, we see if there's any results, and if we get results, cool, you do a little more of it. If not, move on to the next strategy. Sound familiar? Facebook groups, Facebook ads, Facebook challenges, Twitter, Instagram, Google pay-per-click ads, pay-per-view ads, blogging, YouTube, solo ads, whatever. There's a ton of strategies out there, and we're all looking for the very best one. Which one is the best for my business model? Which one works best for health and wellness products or digital training products or whatever it is that you're working with? Well, the truth of the matter is that those are pretty much all the wrong questions that you should be asking. Because here's the deal. They all work. They are all great strategies. Either work or they don't. There is no does it work for me in the equation, or does it work for this type of business. They either work or they don't, because they all get exposure for your business. But when we don't get the results we want in our business, what's the first thing we do? Our first instinct is to blame the strategy. Oh, posting in Facebook groups doesn't work. Blogging doesn't work. Instagram, no, doesn't work. Twitter, it doesn't work for me. Whatever it is, it doesn't work. Whatever it is, you feel like it just doesn't work for you and your type of business or whatever you're doing in particular. And you move on to the next thing. Jump from training to training, from strategy to strategy. And the whole time you're thinking that you just need to find that magic strategy, that right strategy for you and your business. Something that actually works, right? But here's the thing. When a strategy isn't working out for you, but it is working for other people, then the problem isn't with the strategy. The problem is something that you're doing or something that you're not doing. Because all of these strategies are just ways to get exposure for your business. They drive traffic and they get eyes on your offer. And they all do that effectively. So if a strategy is working for someone else, then the strategy works, period. If the strategy works for absolutely no one, then yeah, the strategy doesn't work. But if it works for some people, but not you, you're not getting clicks, you're not getting leads, you're not getting sales. The problem isn't the strategy. The problem is how you're marketing the offer. If your marketing is good, then every single one of those strategies is going to work. If your marketing is bad, then no marketing strategy in the world is going to help you. You can't take an offer that's not working, it's converting at 0%, meaning no sales from Facebook, and then go onto Twitter and expect to see vastly different results. It's not going to happen. If no one wants to buy your stuff when you market on Instagram, then you're not going to have much better luck when trying to market on YouTube. So what do I mean by marketing? Because it's kind of vague when you say you need to fix your marketing. Well, what I'm talking about is how are you communicating your offer to your audience? There's a lot involved in that. First, you need to identify who exactly your target audience is. Who is most likely to buy your product? A super common mistake that people make is thinking that their target audience, it should be everybody. Everybody needs this. Everybody should be using this. Everybody should join this program. But here's what happens when you try to market to everybody. When you talk to everybody in your marketing, you're just going to water things down so much so that nobody is going to think that you're talking to them when they see your offer. If you're marketing to everybody, then you're really marketing to nobody. You need to know who is most likely to buy or purchase your program, how old they are, where do they live, what kind of jobs do they have, are they married, do they have children, how much money do they make, what are their interests, what do they like to do in their spare time, what do they spend their disposable income on. For us, our target audience is married couples with young children who want to build a business, who want to make money online, people who have white collar jobs who don't necessarily need to make more money but are looking for more time freedom, people who also have an interest in geeky stuff like us, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, superhero stuff, movies, video games, that kind of thing. So we cater our message to those people. We talk about our kids, and we talk about potty training, naps, we talk about going to the water park, we talk about our favorite movies and books of all time, and we talk about those things so that our target audience will be able to relate to us. Now, does that also repel other people who can't relate to those sorts of things? Well, yes, it does, but that's okay. In order to attract people, guess what? You also have to repel people. If you water down your marketing to the point where we're just trying to appeal to everybody, then nobody's going to feel like your offer is specifically for them. No one is going to be able to relate to your message. So you need to get specific with who your target market is and who is most likely to buy your product or to join your program. Plus, you should know that people who are most likely to buy whatever your offer is, they're probably already spending their money on products similar to what your offer is, similar to yours. Those people are the easiest folks to convince to make that purchase because they're already making the purchase. You just have to convince them to buy it from you instead. So think about a company like Budweiser. They run a commercial. They're always really big in the Super Bowl commercials, right? So who do they target in their Budweiser commercials about beer, right? Drinking beer. They don't target people who don't drink beer. Like, they're not trying to get wine drinkers to suddenly become beer drinkers or get people to take their very first drink. No, they don't do that at all, because that'd be horrible marketing. What they do is they target people who already drink beer, and then they just convince them to drink their beer. Way easier. So what else am I talking about when I say you need to fix your marketing? Well, what else is involved in marketing? Another big part of this is how you communicate your offers. So in addition to properly identifying your target audience, you also need to understand what you're really selling. Now, most people, when they start promoting a business online, different products and offers, they only talk about what it is. They think they're selling protein shakes, fitness programs, training products, whatever they're selling. And they say, I'm selling weight loss shake. You should buy weight loss shakes from me. They come from it from a perspective of, hey, I'm selling weight loss shakes. You should buy these awesome weight loss shakes from me. And sure enough, nobody buys anything. So what you want to do is stop trying to sell what it is and start selling what it does. There is a huge difference in that, and it's very important to effectively market and to make money. So you have to understand, what is the benefit of the product, the service, the opportunity, the program, whatever it is that your offer is, what is the benefit of it? What is it going to do for the people that actually purchase? What kind of results can it offer them? That is what people are going to spend money on. We call it selling the cure. You don't sell the drug, you sell the cure, right? So you don't sell what it is, you sell what it does. Think just about Tylenol. When you see a Tylenol commercial, they don't just say, come get a acetaminophen 500 milligram tablets at Walgreens, buy now, and give you the chemical compound of what it is or something like that, right? Red shiny pills. No, they don't do that. That would be selling what it is. Now instead, they sell what it does. It's going to reduce pain. It's going to bring down fevers. When you see a commercial for Tylenol, what is it? It's, a kid who can't sleep. They've got a fever. Mom comes in with a little measuring spoon of Tylenol. Boom, kid goes sound asleep. They're selling the cure. Someone's sitting at their desk just rubbing their head for their headache, and they take a Tylenol, and boom, they're productive and they're back into the workplace. They're selling the cure. They're selling exactly what it does, not the drug itself. Now think about it. Nobody wants braces. Who wants bars on their teeth that kind of hurt and get in the way, and you got to take care of them and they're all this work? Who actually wants braces? Nobody, right? Regular people don't, at least. What they really want is straight teeth. They're willing to buy the braces and to deal with the pain and the discomfort of it all to get straight teeth. Nobody wants to buy a weight loss shake, but they do want to lose 10 pounds over the next few weeks, and they'll be willing to buy your weight loss shake if you can show them that it can do that for them. So you really need to know what it is that you're actually selling. You're not selling the product, you're selling the benefit of the product, and that is what you need to communicate to your prospects. You're not selling energy drinks. You're selling the ability to keep up with your grandkids all day long. You're not selling long-lasting lipstick. You're selling the ability to kiss your husband on date night without having him have to wipe off his mouth afterwards. You're not selling a make money opportunity. You're selling the opportunity to quit your job. You're selling the ability to move into the house that you've always dreamed of. You're selling the ability to give your kids your time and the childhood that they really deserve. That's what you're actually selling. Now, if you understand those two things, truly knowing and speaking to who your target audience is, and then selling what it does and not what it is, no matter what strategies that you choose to focus on in your business, those two things are actually what's going to make you sales, make you money in your business. Is there more to it? Absolutely. But what you need to start doing to start making sales are those two things. Then once you get started, how do you go from just making a few sales, starting to make money, to improving upon those results and getting better, to making real full-time income? Well, you always have to work on getting better and improving your skills. Now, while we have $1 million business, we've never had $1 million idea. What we have is $1 million work ethic. And with that work ethic, we've worked hard. We've improved upon each of the skills that we needed to get really good, so that we have landing pages that convert at 70 or 80%. Because we first started, we had really crappy landing pages that converted very poorly, but we never gave up. We started with something, we improved our skill, and we started testing things to get better and better and better results. Now, we have used Facebook ads to very effectively make a lot of money. And the only reason we were able to do that is because we started with an ad that got our ads account shut down on day one. But we never gave up from there. And we knew we had to improve our skills, learn some things, and keep testing and working and getting better. We have funnels that produce automated sales for us every day because we started with having to do everything manually. How we had to figure everything out, how it all worked, calling every single lead, making thousands and thousands of phone calls. And then we learned the process and we kept getting better from there, building upon our skills and improving what we were were doing, and we never gave up till we were able to fully automate the process. Now, to create a successful online business that brings you time freedom and financial freedom for you and your family, it doesn't just come down to what buttons you need to push, what exact strategy you need to implement. It comes down to understanding and embracing these core principles and committing to mastering your trade. When you do that, you will create the business and the lifestyle that you could have never dreamed of. I mean, come on, I went to school as a registered nurse. That's what I was coming out of college. Todd was a music teacher. We had no idea. This kind of money was unheard of. Our minds couldn't even wrap our heads around it. But it's possible because of this. This is how we did it, guys. It's so worth it. You are worth it. Your family is worth it. Now, to learn more about how to get started, how to make your very first earnings online, and then to grow to your very first 6 figures and beyond, you need to click the link at the top of the description so you can get some training that's going to lay it all out for you. Now, please know that we are here rooting for you. We are all about helping you create time freedom for you and your family. So if this is your first time here, guess what? You got to subscribe so that we can help you with that. And then say hi in the comments so we can welcome you in the community. Again, this is Leah Ray from ToddandLeahRay.com. Head over to this video floating right up here, and I'll see you soon.